Today we are looking at the 10 best LEGO sets that I believe you can invest in that are retiring here at the end of 2022. You ready? Let's jump into it. If you know anything about LEGO sets, investing, buying, and selling, you know that LEGO sets, they only exist on the shelves for a limited amount of time. That can be as long as 5 years, that can be as short as 1 year. But every single year there is a list of retiring LEGO sets that comes public, and we're going to be looking at that list today. You might be wondering, where do I find out about the sets that are going to be retiring at the end of each year? Well, there's several sites that are considered relatively reputable when it comes to releasing the list of retiring LEGO sets. The first is PromoBricks, the second is Stone Wars. Those are both international websites, and the third that's pretty reliable is BrickFanatics.com. Today we're looking at the list from Brick Fanatics. Now I do need to make sure you know something. This is pure speculation and nothing is set in stone until the retired product tag shows up on lego.com. As long as the advice that you take from me today you understand is just pure speculation and my personal projections, then we're going to be good, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the reference point from brickfanatics.com. The link to that article is in the description below for April of 2022. So you ready? Let's jump into the list. This year's list is pretty extensive, and I think we have somewhere between 200 and 300 LEGO sets that are projected to retire between July of 2022 and December of 2022. So for now, we're going to be looking at the top 10, the things that I think are going to do the best post-retirement. At set number 10, we have the Volkswagen T2 camper van. This is from the Creator Expert line. Every single year, LEGO releases several different Creator Expert cars, many of which you can see on the wall behind me. I'm a personal fan of these. These are the ones that I collect as part of my personal collection. Now, if you know anything about LEGO and the history, you know that the T1 camper van was the longest lived LEGO set that existed in the retail market. I believe it lasted for 7 or 8 years on the market, far surpassing any other LEGO set for the length of time that it was available. And still, despite the fact that it was overly hoarded, existed on the market for some time, still has appreciated post-retirement. Now, it's not had significant jumps. I believe it's trending at anywhere from 180 to 210 on the secondary market. The original retail value for the T1 camper van was $120. So it has gone up in value. Many people were able to get it on discount anywhere from $90 to $100 towards the end of its life. And it still has had incredible collectability. That's why I think on my list of number 10 is the T2 camper van. The T2 is actually significantly more expensive than its original predecessor. I believe it's $60 more. The MSRP for the T2 is $179.99. Now, it's not been on the market very long. I believe its shelf life is currently trending at somewhere around 2 years, and if it does retire at the end of 2022, because of the short shelf life, because there's adult collectors like myself that have to have every single Creator Expert car, they're going to need to add this one to its collection. It's considered less attractive than the T1 camper van, but I don't think that's going to stop collectors, and I believe this set will do really well post-retirement, and 3 to 5 months in could be worth anywhere from $220 to $250. Let's jump on over to set number 9. Set number 9 is the 76199 Carnage helmet, head, bust. I don't really know what they're calling them nowadays because they're not all helmets. It's a Carnage head, really. This one I think is going to do really well post-retirement. The framework that we can look at for this set specifically is the TIE Fighter Pilot helmet. That was a Target exclusive. Lego.com and Target.com here in the US were the only places that you could get that LEGO set. That set has blown away anyone's expectations. Originally available for $60, now trending at somewhere around $200 on the secondary market. Do I think the Carnage is going to do that well? No, because I think investors, collectors, and retailers alike have learned, okay, there's some collectability to these helmets and these type of sets. But this set is still a Target.com and a Lego.com exclusive. That's the only place you can get it. And there have been different seasons of this set's life where it has been completely out of stock and the price has skyrocketed on the secondary market. I sold a couple of them for like $110 when they were just out of stock randomly in the last couple months. It's pretty available right now. I think you can pick it up on most Target shelves and on Target.com. So I would encourage you to do so. There's probably not going to be many opportunities to get this set on discount because it's highly desirable. But again, this is one I'm a little bit skeptical that I believe that they could extend the life on because they know the desirability and collectability of this line of Lego sets. But if it does retire here at the end of 2022, could do really well post-retirement. Let's jump on over to set number 8. Set number 8 is the Bad Batch shuttle from Star Wars. This set is available at every single retailer like across the globe. I think you can get it at Macy's.com. I mean, that's how available this specific Lego set is. Now, the reason I think this set specifically will do really well post-retirement is it has 6, count them 6, unique minifigures at a MSRP of $100. You should be, towards the end of this life, be able to pick up this set for anywhere from $70 to $80, whether that's a retail brick and mortar store clearance that you find it on, or just a general perma-sale 20% discount. I'm surprised this one hasn't come on discount all that much, but you should be able to pick it up for $80. And post-retirement, I would not be surprised if quickly this set gets to $140, $160 because of the uniqueness of the minifigures. Now, the Bad Batch TV series on Disney Plus has not really been that popular. So that could damage the potential return on investment for this specific Lego set. But the reason I think it's going to be desirable is it has very unique Clone Wars and unique minifigures inside that Star Wars collectors alike will have to get their hands on, and it could do pretty well post-retirement. Comparison for this set that you could look at would be the ITS Transport Lego set that just retired here at the end of 2021. Same MSRP, $100, currently valued at around $150 on the secondary market, but it only had 4 unique minifigures, and this one has 6. So I believe this one's going to do pretty well, and you should get your hands on it before it discontinues everywhere. Let's jump on over to set number 7. Hey there, if you're enjoying this content right now, do me a favor, hit that like button or leave me a comment in the comments below. I just love getting to know what kind of content I should produce, and if you're enjoying this, it helps me to kind of gauge which content I should be creating. And additionally, all the links for these Lego sets are in the description below. You can buy them, and just using those links helps fund kind of more content like this from the Jake's Bricks YouTube channel. Let's jump back into the list. Set number 7 is the 21324-123 Sesame Street Lego Ideas set. This set is not really flying under the radar as a potentially good investment. There are many collectors and investors and resellers alike that think this set's going to do super well post-retirement. And even though it's a popular bet to do well, I think it's still going to do well, even if everyone says so and people start hoarding it. Because the minifigures are so dang cool in this set. Of course, they're unique, and they haven't released them anywhere else. If they do release another Sesame Street set, or they come out with a collectible minifigure line for Sesame Street, that could definitely damage the resale value on this post-retirement. But I think it's going to do really well. The minifigures are great. The style of the building is awesome. It would have been even better if it was like modular style and would have connected into a city. But it's going to have a pretty short shelf life. It's going to be really great to pick up post-retirement. And it's unlikely that you're going to be able to find this Lego set at an extreme discount. So I would encourage you to pick one up now. Pick up a couple. Should do really well post-retirement here at the end of 2022. Let's jump on over to set number 6. Set number 6 is probably my personal favorite set on this entire list. I am actually not a very big minifigure collector, but this, I don't know why this one spoke to me so much, but set number 6 is the 76200 Bro Thor's New Asgard. If you have seen Thor in the movie, you see that he's got this gigantic beer belly. He's sitting on the couch. Like it is hilarious scene where you see Thor definitely not in his full glory. And what did Lego do? They said, we are going to create a Bro Thor minifigure and put it in this set. Now this set is only $30, and you've been able to pick it up if you've been looking at retailers over the last several months, anywhere from $20 to $24 depending on the discount that you can find. I believe it's currently available at $30 at most retailers right now, but towards the end of this life, I would not surprise if you can pick up this Lego set for around $24. And I think that Bro Thor minifigure itself could be worth anywhere from $20 to $25 over the next year after this set retires. It's hilarious. It's awesome. Superhero collectors, Thor collectors, any sort of Lego collector is probably going to want to get their hands on this minifigure. You can pick it up at most retailers, but because it's so awesome and hilarious, I think it's going to do really well post-retirement. Let's check out set number 5. Set number 5 is the Ninjago City Gardens. I think every single investor and collector thinks this is going to do really, really well post-retirement, and I am one of those. I actually think it's going to do super well. If you look at the history of the Ninjago City, and if you look at the history of the Ninjago City docks, both really large Ninjago City sets, they are killing it on the secondary market. Now, this one's not going to do that well. Just because people know about it, they're going to hoard it. It's going to be more readily available post-retirement. It's not going to sneak under the radar like those last 2 Lego sets did. But for a $300 Lego set that, if there's a lot of stock available at retailers across the board, you could pick up anywhere from $220 to $250 towards the end of its life, maybe somewhere around October, November, or December. If you're able to get this set on discount, should jump up quickly to $350 or $400 on the secondary market, making your return on investment extremely good. 19 minifigures in this set should do extremely well. Even if there's 1,000 of them on the market, those that create cities that have the docks or the Ninjago City in their cityscapes are going to have the Ninjago City Gardens and should do really well post-retirement. Let's check out set number 4. Set number 4 is the 71040 Disney Castle. This set has made it on speculative retiring lists for years now. I say years because this set has been on the market since 2016. And I believe every single I know people that don't even know anything about Lego that talk about this Lego set. Disney collectors, Mickey Mouse fans, Lego fans, toy fans, anyone that's even been to Disney World has seen this Lego set on display and they think to themselves, how fun would it be to build that with our family? And a bunch of people already have. Now, this set has been on the market for almost 6 years, and because of that, I think investors have taken notice. Now, the life of this set has been extended several times. I'm not totally convinced it's going to retire at the end of this year. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a set that lives on for anywhere from 7, 8, maybe even 10 years. But if it does in fact retire at the end of the year, I think this set is definitely worth picking up. I don't know if people have heavily hoarded it because it's just been sitting in people's basements for way too long. Some of those that have been collecting them since 2018 and have had to sell them maybe at a loss to invest in other sets that are retiring. So if you have a chance to pick up 1, 2, 3, or 5 sometime here in the next 6 months and it does retire, this set is a $550 Lego set post-retirement, a 1 or 2 years in. No doubt in my mind, it'll do really well. Takes up a ton of space, it's huge, but fans alike will have to pick up this Lego set if it indeed does retire. Let's jump to set number 3. Set number 3 is a little bit unique. Set number 3 is the 75890 Attack on the Burrow from Harry Potter. I believe this is a remake, maybe 1, 2 iterations that they've had before this one. Those two have historically done really well on the secondary market. This one I think will be the same. There's been seasons of the life of this Lego set where it was unavailable at retailers and was selling for anywhere from $140 to $160, even though the MSRP on this Lego set is $100. Because I've seen those significant price jumps even when it's just been out of stock, I think it's going to do really well post-retirement. 8 minifigures included for a $100 Lego set is pretty rare. 7 of those unique to this Lego set. I think you're going to want to pick this up. I think Harry Potter fans are going to want to have it. Those that collect minifigures are going to want to have it. And I'm hoping that you'll be able to pick it up at the end of its life on discount, anywhere from $70 to $80. And the moment I see it available for $70, $80, I will be buying a bunch of those because I think they're going to do super well post-retirement because there's a ton of incredible minifigures included in this Lego set. Let's jump to set number 2. Now, set number 2, I'm cheating here a little bit, okay? Set number 2 is the 42083 Technic Bugatti Chiron set. This set, it's effectively retired, okay? Here's what happened. Every single year, I believe, or every one, anyway, regularly, LEGO releases the 1/8 scale Technic supercars. They've got the Porsche so far, which you see right over here. They've got the Bugatti, which I've built. The Lamborghini, which is right behind me, are the three that have been released so far. Now, they were supposed to release a fourth one at the end of 2021. Unfortunately, there was a delay in production, I believe, of the actual car. And if I'm remembering correctly, it's leaked that it's going to be some sort of Ferrari. That's going to be the new 1/8 Technic supercar, but it has been delayed. Because that set was delayed, they delayed retiring the 42083 Bugatti set. Now, even though they extended the life of the LEGO set, ever since the end of 2021, it has not jumped back in stock at any retailer anywhere. And right now on Lego.com, it still says that it's sold out instead of temporarily out of stock, which typically means it's going to come back. So if you're able to pick this set up anywhere over the next 6 months at MSRP, I would encourage you to do so, because I really don't think it's coming back in stock. I think it's probably done. I see it already trending anywhere from $400 to $450 on the secondary market. And if it doesn't come back in stock, those that already have several of them as part of their inventory investment portfolio are going to do super well. I think this will be a $500 LEGO set sometime within the year after it retires officially, considering it's already been out of stock for almost 4 months. So if you're able to pick up a few, do. I already have 3 as part of my inventory. I'm hoping that I get a chance to grab a couple more, because those Technic supercars are incredibly collectible. The orange Porsche is already worth $800, $850 brand new in the box on the secondary market. And I believe the same story will exist for the Lamborghini post-retirement. So pick yourself up one if you can find it. But I think it's going to do extremely, extremely well. You ready? Let's jump into my last set number 1. Okay, set number 1 I think is going to disappoint a lot of people. I think they're expecting me to drop some huge secret about the best LEGO set on the market, or the one that's totally going to fly under the radar, or like a UCS collector set. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to invite collectors and investors alike to pick my number 1 retiring LEGO set here at the end of 2022 is set 76188, the Batmobile, the classic TV series Batmobile. That's it. $30. If you want to invest in it, you only need $30 to invest in this LEGO set. This set has been available around $24. It's not really gone out of stock all that much. It did at the beginning of its life. But this set did show up on Brick Fanatics and several other retiring lists for the end of 2022. I think this set is going to do really well. Now, are you going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars investing in these? No, you're probably not. If you buy a Bugatti Chiron and it goes up $200 in value and you sell it, after fees, you'll probably make anywhere from $100 to $150. But this set, I think, has the best potential for percentage ROI. If you're picking up, let's say 10 of these at $24, 2 unique minifigures, comes with the original UCS looking plate. Batmobile collectors need to have this as part of their set. It's that like unique scale or size that's unique to this specific classic TV series set. And I think it's going to kind of disappear under the radar. One, it's only been on the market for about a year. And so if it discontinues at the end of 2022, it'll be under 2 years for a pretty popular LEGO set. If I have a chance to get anywhere from 20 to 30 of these at $24, by next Christmas, no doubt this set will be trending at $50 to $60. Now, after fees and shipping, that does take a hit. If you're able to sell on Amazon, that's a different story. I'm not currently. But if the minifigures are never reproduced, again, the Joker and the Batman as part of the set are unique. Could LEGO next year release them into another set? They totally could. But if they don't, the set's going to be available on discount, and it actually does retire here at the end of 2021. I think the ROI has potential to be anywhere from 150 to 300% after a year post-retirement, and should do really, really, really well on the secondary market. So that's a look at my top 10 retiring LEGO sets at the end of 2022. Again, pure speculation. Many of these sets could have their lives extended and exist on the shelves way into 2023. But looking at the list of over 300 sets, this is the top 10 that I picked. If you think I missed a great one, like if you think I missed one that like, I can't believe you missed this Lego set that I heard is retiring, comment below. I want to know, because you're right. I'm not the expert on this. I'm just a guy who's been investing for the last 5 years to fund my personal building hobby, and I hope you learned something today and these tips and tricks help you out tremendously. If you like this video, give it a like. Let me know so I can continue to produce content like this. It helps me gauge what kind of people are watching these videos and those that like to learn more about Lego investing. As always, it's Jake from Jake's Bricks signing off. We'll see you guys.